What's up, guys? My name is Axel.
And my name is Andrew, and this is Double A Music Podcast.
This is our first episode, and
Um,
we're going to talk about why we're going to start this. And
just to give you a little introduction into ourselves, first off, hi, my name's Andrew. I'm a freshman here at Stockton, a true freshman. I graduated from Mainland Regional High School down in Souther, Jersey. And I write for the Argo. I'm a comm major. I'm 18. And I love music. I listen to all types of music, and by that, I'm not trying to be a typical person, like, oh, I like all type of music. Like, no, I'll listen to David Bowie the same day I'll listen to Kendrick Lamar, the same day I'll listen to Kamasi Washington. So I'm all over the place. I love music.
right. Yeah, my name is Axel. I'm 19. I'm a comm major as well. I also written for the Argo before. I really like all kinds of music as well. I appreciate all kinds of genres. Like today, I was listening to Daniel Caesar. I went from R&B to rock to like Jesus is King. Like, there's a lot of diversity here everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. And we thought it would be a great idea for Stockton to be able to have an outlet to discuss musical opinions, because it's just music is the one thing I feel like can really connect everyone.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter what type of music. Everybody likes music in some capacity.
Exactly.
So having two, I think, individuals with very, very much similar in diversity in music, but also having differing opinions.
Yeah.
We've already come up with, debates we plan on having. I'm really excited about one we're going to hopefully do soon.
Oh,
you know
man,
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But,
Soon.
but this podcast is going to range from debates to just new music to dissecting.
Album reviews too.
Album reviews, whether it's like a new album, like we're going to get to in a bit, or just an old classic album. We've already had some discussions.
Yeah.
The way this got brought up, actually, we talked about maybe discussing the life of Pablo.
Yes.
That was the
yes.
first thing we thought of, because you were listening to it, and we pretty much had a mock podcast. We didn't record it. We just talked as if it was a podcast.
But yeah. Me and Andrew met because we have two classes together at the moment. We have media aesthetics and writing for the media.
Shout out to Toby and Farina
Yeah.
for bringing us together. First day of class, this kid sitting next to me.
Yeah,
I like Brockhampton. Started talking about Brockhampton.
He was listening to Ginger, and I'm like, oh, you like Brockhampton? You were like, yeah, I love Brockhampton. And I was,
First kid I met at Stockton. My first friend really at Stockton, which is nice. And I just found out like 2 days ago he wasn't a freshman.
Oh no,
I
yeah,
don't
I'm a
know why,
sophomore.
because it's weird, but yeah. So anyway, I feel like I think we can get into our topic for today. I feel like we've kind of given everybody a brief introduction. I think it's time, because there couldn't be a more perfect intro to a music podcast.
We're also going to be streaming it once a week.
That's true. I forgot to mention that. Every Friday afternoon is the plan.
Yes.
Friday afternoon is when we're going to record it, and then it'll be published by SSTV here at Stockton. And yeah, does that cover pretty much everything for background info?
So far, that's what I believe.
I think that covers it. So very timely with this new episode, because real quick also, when you see us on our phones, it's because we're looking about information about the music. We're not just sitting here on Instagram and Twitter, But anyway, so very timely to have us recording our first episode, because
it was so random too.
Just so random. We literally just found out 20 minutes ago that we were recording this episode. But anyway, we thought we were gonna have to wait a week. We didn't. It's cool. Very timely, because as of 8 hours ago, Kanye West dropped his new album, Jesus is King.
Yes, he did. It was delayed, but what's new about Kanye?
What's new about Kanye? And Axel and I we have not discussed the album at all together.
We were about to.
We were literally
on the first song.
We talked about a sentence about the first song,
yes,
because we decided we're not going to wait a week like we thought we had to make a podcast. We were like, we're going to write a joint article, because we both like writing, and we're allowed to write joint articles.
Yeah.
But as soon as we get onto the computers, the guys at SSTV said, hey, want to record a podcast? And we're like,
oh yeah,
what are the odds, man? This day keeps getting better.
Right.
So we haven't discussed that other. So these opinions are completely new to each other. The one thing I do know is I'm like 90% sure we both really like this album. I don't know what we like about it.
Yeah.
I don't know what he likes. I know what I like about it.
I definitely know what I like about it too.
But yeah, so let's give a little background information about Jesus King. So you mentioned it briefly about the delays, but mention what really happened.
Well, it all started a year ago. We had Kanye tell us that it was going to be called a new album called Yandi.
Yes.
He was going to release it, I believe, September 29th.
September 29th, 2018.
Never released it.
Never.
Kim had to tell us through Twitter that it's going to be releasing on Thanksgiving.
I think it was Black Friday.
Was it Black Friday?
Black Friday. But yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much the same thing. Midnight
yeah.
of Thanksgiving.
Midnight Thanksgiving, right?
And that didn't happen.
That didn't happen either, right?
And then we heard nothing else. We heard nothing else about Yandi. Yandi doesn't exist.
But well, he did talk about it. At one
He
point.
talked about it. Some tracks leaked, but like we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. Yeah.
Anyway, so flash forward a year. What else is new? Kim gets on the Twitter feed, just posts in a notepad, "Jesus is King," with a bunch of words that sound like a track list, and says on the bottom, September 27th.
Yes.
I don't remember when this post was uploaded.
I believe it was like 2 weeks before, prior.
It was a bit longer.
Longer?
I believe. But she did post something. She posted a new track list 2 weeks before.
Yes.
She posted a new track list. Maybe the first post didn't have a track list. Maybe it just said Jesus King. Anyway, besides the point. September 27th rolls around. Us being the ignorant fools that we are,
Yeah.
expecting an album, get nothing.
Nothing.
We see Kanye's performing in, where was it first? It wasn't Chicago first for some reason. It was like Detroit.
No, yeah, he was with it was in Chicago.
Was it in Chicago first? I thought
'Cause he
Chicago was
was-
the second show. I think it was Detroit or something.
I think it was Detroit too.
Anyway, besides the point, he plays it live for an audience, which he announces the day of. Does not release it. Kim gets back on social media, says Sunday. And everyone's like, that makes sense. It's Jesus is King. Why
Right.
wouldn't it be Sunday?
And she's like also tweeting on top of that, "Have faith."
Have faith.
And I
Have
was like,
faith.
You remember that, right?
Yeah, I
Have
remember
faith.
that. And we also find out he's performing on that was Friday. So on Saturday he performed it in Chicago, I think. The first one was Detroit. I don't know. Maybe it's the other way around.
Right.
And then Sunday he's performing in New York. So it's like, oh, he's going to perform in New York and he's going to release it.
Right. He was also releasing merch.
Yeah, he
along with
released
that.
merch every show.
Yeah.
Every show you go on his feed is on his website. It says, hey, new merch, like pre-order the album upon release date.
Right.
You'll get a digital copy. But
I got mine.
you want? Yeah, so did I.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I ordered the vinyl. I ordered the vinyl before hearing the album. I know I'm trash.
I got the CD.
Yeah, okay. But why don't you tell them what happened on Sunday, Axel?
Sunday came.
September 29th. Exactly a year
Right, yo.
after Yandi. A year to the day of Yandi.
Nothing.
Tell them what happened.
Nothing happened.
Nothing.
Spotify, Apple Music, all streaming
Tidal.
services. Nothing. No Jesus is King.
Doesn't exist. You look up Jesus King, you find a single from some dude with Kanye as the cover.
Right. I like
some-
playlists too.
Yeah, it's like a playlist. So, and then nothing's ever said again. Kim keeps her mouth shut, tweeting about her yoga pants, her makeup, whatever it is.
Okay. Yeah.
I had her post notifications on Twitter. I was aggravated every time I got a notification.
Me too. I was
But
mad.
I eventually unfollowed her
Wow. Did
because
you?
I just couldn't deal. I didn't even just turn off notifications. I had to unfollow her because I was done with her.
Really?
She lied to me. Because the thing, Kanye never said anything about Jesus King.
No, he didn't.
So
didn't.
Kanye is not a liar technically.
I mean, I did see a recording of him confirming Jesus King was coming out September 27th. But he was like
was like
performing
a
live.
private. That was like a
Yeah.
private show.
Someone recorded him saying it. That's why.
So anyway, it seemed like the reason the album was delayed because simply Kanye is a perfectionist who constantly has to tweak his album. There's a reason why Life of Pablo literally got dropped like 5 times with 5 different versions because he keeps
Also-
tweaking it.
Also, Yay. 2018 Yay. That
Yeah.
was.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
solid album. But anyway, so all of a sudden, news starts coming out that Kanye West himself says October 25th.
No,
Jesus is King.
It
Whoa.
started off with the film.
Oh yes, the film got
You
announced
can't forget
for
about
October
that.
25th, which I want to see very badly.
Nowhere
Jesus
he-
King, the IMAX film.
Nowhere near here.
Yeah,
Devastating.
it completely devastating. My day is ruined.
But yeah, it was announced with a film, and it's showing everywhere right now, technically. But
Not everywhere, but yeah,
yeah.
everywhere. According to Kanye,
Mhm.
not South Jersey.
Yeah, so we just get like a glimpse saying that there's gonna be a film coming out with the album,
And then there's news cycling that the album's gonna come out as well.
but the film was gonna come out. The film was confirmed October 25th.
There's a trailer.
Yeah,
It was confirmed.
and people were thinking, is it just the film that's coming out, or is it the album coming on top of it, the film?
Yeah, no one really knew for sure. There were some articles saying the album's confirmed, but you can't trust anything. But anyway,
I want to say earlier this week, the man himself, Kanye, said October 25th, Jesus is King.
yes, with a picture of the album cover, which we'll get into detail. in a
Right,
bit.
right.
But and then he posts on Wednesday, he posts another trailer for the thing where it says Jesus King, the film, and the album,
Mm-hmm.
October 25th. And then, so everyone's pretty much convinced because Kanye's finally speaking out.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the day of the album, at around I'll say 7 o'clock, he posts a track list.
Yeah.
And says October 25th, midnight.
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 He put that in
The
quotation
day of the
marks.
album, midnight. Yeah, in quotations.
He
I guess we
did.
should have known. So anyway, we're all excited. We're all like, okay, it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
What can he do now? This is a promise. This
We
is
were-
a track list. We know the album is here.
We were texting each other the
We were
entire
texting
day.
each other the whole time. We're like, bro,
We're
it's
excited.
happening.
We're excited. We're hyped. Like, we're big Kanye fans.
Find
too.
out he's gonna be on Jimmy Kimmel as a surprise guest.
Right.
Everyone's freaking out. And what happened on midnight, Axel?
We weren't surprised. I was disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. I was disappointed because he did promise us midnight.
So let me explain to you where I was at this time.
All right. Okay.
I was with my girlfriend, right?
Okay.
We're having fun, doing whatever. And my brother's in the bathroom. And as soon as 11:58 rolls around, I'm like, okay, let's go out and let's go see my brother, because this is about to drop.
Mm-hmm.
And we were all the three, me, my girlfriend, my brother, were planning on going into the car, going to my car, because my speakers are nice, driving on the parkway just for as long as the album. We didn't know how long it was gonna be. We didn't care. It was midnight. We didn't care.
Right.
And midnight rolls around. I'm refreshing everything: Twitter, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. Nothing. And then at 12:01, I hear my brother cry, "Is it released?" And I just have to say, "No, it's not." And then I turn on Jimmy Kimmel immediately to see what's going on.
Right.
Kanye shows his face on Jimmy Kimmel and says, "Yeah, the album's out right now.
Everywhere. Out everywhere.
Albums are everywhere." It's not out.
No.
I stayed up till 2:30 in the morning praying for it to be released.
Me on Thursdays, I have band practice, so I get out pretty late. And I had band practice. I got out pretty late at 10:30. I had the intention of going home, doing homework. I love listening to music myself sometimes. I like driving too, but I put on my headphones while I'm doing homework. And I was doing homework, and I'm like, all right, it's 12, not 12. It was 11:50ish. I'm like, all right, I have to
It's
prepare.
time.
I have to prepare myself for this.
It's go time.
I stopped everything,
Yeah.
and yeah, I waited those 10 minutes. 12 o'clock came. I'm like, all right, here we go. I got goosebumps. I was like,
Same.
yo,
I
this is
was
happening.
so ready.
Like, this is
I had
happening.
my Kanye shirt on. I had everything ready.
I go on Spotify. I clicked it. I clicked on Kanye's profile. Nothing.
Nothing.
I go on Apple Music. Nothing.
Nothing.
I went on Tidal. Nothing.
It's insane. And so anyway,
Us. We were texting
we were
each
texting
other.
the whole
We
time.
were like, yo, where's the album,
He sent
man?
me the frowny face. I was like,
I'm like-
did you expect anything else? But I was like, it's coming out today. We just don't know when. I'm like, it's
Right.
coming out. It has to. There's no way. The 25th is still 24 hours. This is just the beginning of a 24-hour
Right.
countdown.
We're just on the first hour.
Yeah, the first minute.
The first minute, yeah. Nothing.
And then, so let me take you to when the album gets released.
Okay.
My brother's in class, and I'm thinking the whole time, like, he's going to be in class when this is released, and I'm going to have to wait for him. So I go to Starbucks with my girlfriend, because she spent the night, and eat Starbucks, whatever. I see a tweet from Consequence saying, oh, we turned in the album at 4, it takes 8 hours, so 12 to 1. I was like, okay, Ryan's class ends at 12:30, like, as long as it's not right at 12. At 11:58, I go on my phone to tweet a Kanye meme that I made myself,
Right.
and I see it's out. And I just lose it. I'm like, are you kidding me? My brother...
He texted me.
I text Alex, I was like, bro.
I didn't believe it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I had a feeling it was going to come out at 12, exactly at 12, but it came out.
It was like 11:58.
Yeah, and it came out just on Apple Music at 11:58.
Yeah.
But I went on Spotify and it wasn't there.
Yeah. So I immediately call my brother, go straight to voicemail, because he's a good boy. My brother's a good boy. He doesn't have his phone on during class.
Mhm.
I text him like 10 times, 10 separate texts, like, what are you doing? The album is out. Can I listen to it?
Right.
Please look at your phone. I literally said that all, each word in its own text.
Right.
Doesn't answer. I sit there, I look at my girl, I'm like, I'm listening to this album. We get in my car, go down the parkway just like I planned. I drive around my hometown.
Nice day.
Northfield. Beautiful day out.
Right?
Driving down the parkway with the music blaring, the bass bumping. And I gotta be honest with you, Axel, I don't think I've ever enjoyed a first experience
I agree with you.
of an album in my life. And I know the circumstances. It was a beautiful day. I was with my girl, somebody I love deeply. I was driving, which I never got to listen to an album while driving for the first time, with my beautiful speakers in my new car. Like, everything was perfect, but just the sound itself is what really brought it home. It was a bad album. I wouldn't have cared.
Right.
This album is an amazing album.
I loved it.
Loved it. Best experience I had.
I did too.
Listen.
I was working in the office because I have a
Oh,
job
yeah.
here.
Really?
and-
Yeah,
and the
I don't
office.
even know where you were. I talked about this already.
We
So.
did. I worked in the UF office, and I was just sitting down in a chair, getting some work done. He texts me saying, "Bro, the album is out," and I was like, "No way." I went on Spotify first. I'm like, "It's not out," but you sent me a
sent you a
screenshot of
screenshot.
Apple Music, so I went on Apple Music. I'm like, "Bro, this moment's here. This
The
moment we've
moment is
all
here.
been waiting for. It's here.
Jesus is back.
Like Jesus is king."
Jesus is king.
And I'm like, "All right."
So I wait like 5 minutes and I'm like, I can't take it anymore.
I'm like, "Am I prepared to listen to this right now?"
I was like, I was like, I lied to myself. I lied to my girlfriend and myself. I'm like, I'll listen to the first song. I'll listen to the first song and then I'll drive to the apartment and wait.
Right.
I'll listen to just the first song. Get in the car, play the first song, and I lose it. I say to my girlfriend, I'll just go on the parkway. She's like, I mean, we're just going to go back to your apartment and listen to the rest of it anyway.
Right.
And I was like, you're right. So we went on the parkway, had an amazing time. Well, so did you just immediately put on your headphones and jam?
I did. I just put on my AirPods, put them on, just jam into it.
So that's interesting. You had a headphone experience. I had a car speaker. It's very different.
I actually prefer my car speaker too.
Same.
I have JBL speakers inside of my car, so I like the sound, like the surround system with my sound. But I had headphones
It's
in,
different.
and I was on like the clock of working, so I couldn't really much
I'm on the
leave.
clock, yeah.
I couldn't leave, so well, you know what? I'll just enjoy this moment right now.
Yeah, right now today. Enjoy right now today. Tyler Creator.
It was
Anyway, so let's talk about the album. Let's get into the opening track. It's Every Hour by it features the Sunday Service Choir, which really it's a song by the Sunday Service Choir, and it's beautiful.
one of the most grooviest songs, grooviest intros I've ever heard.
It's like literally okay. I have a Kanye favorites playlist, but it's all my favorite Kanye songs on Apple Music. I always had Dark Fantasy #1 because that's the most Kanye intro of all
Right.
time.
Well,
I think We Don't Care is we Don't Care second because I feel like that kind of flows better than We Don't Care
Right.
to Dark Fantasy. I think Dark Fantasy is perfect as an intro to anything.
okay.
I had to put Every Hour in front of it
Mm-hmm.
because this is such like an intro. I'm like the only thing that compares me is All We Got by Chance the Rapper for Coloring Book.
Coloring Book.
That's the only other song I think compares to me where it's just like nothing else could have been the intro.
Right.
And this song couldn't have been anywhere else on the album. Like, this is one of the most perfect album intros I can think of.
Okay.
In recent memory, 100%.
I agree with you. This intro was beautiful.
I mean,
The choir was amazing.
the choir was beautiful. Not a hint of Kanye in sight.
I'm not gonna lie, it really made me want to dance. Like,
Yeah.
just like jump around like this.
I was like,
it was
freaking
that
out.
groovy.
I was driving. I was like, had the biggest smile on my face.
Right, yo, I'm like, I don't know if I should start tearing up now because this thing is just beautiful.
And the song is only like a minute and a half, not
Right.
even. I noticed, the first thing I noticed is the album's only 27 minutes.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm
Short
annoyed. I'm
album.
like, 27 minutes for 11 songs? But then I remember Earl Sweatshirt dropped a 14-song album with it's like 20 minutes.
I know.
So I'm like, I got to take what I can get. And it's longer than Yay.
It is.
And first song in, I'm not going to lie, I enjoyed it more than anything on Yay.
I did too.
Barring Ghost Town. Ghost Town is personally one of my favorite Kanye songs. But,
One of my personal favorite Kanye songs is Father Stretch My Hands,
part 1?
Part 1.
Yeah, it's a great song.
It's groovy.
But yeah, this does, in a way, this album, it's most similar to Life of Pablo to me, which I know that's kind of a divisive album. Life of Pablo, I feel like it's not as divisive as Yeezus. Yeezus you love or you hate.
Right.
Life of Pablo, it's like you either love it, you enjoy it, or you just don't enjoy it. I don't think
Right.
anyone hates Life
I
of
agree with
Pablo.
that. What you said about Yeezus, you can either love it or hate it. Like, there's
Yeah.
no in between.
Like my dad, it's his favorite Kanye album. For me, it's probably my least favorite. Just
I
personally.
agree with that.
Yeah, just, it's whatever. It's good. It's still not a bad album. It has Bound 2. It can't be a bad album. But I think this album closest in sound is probably Life of Pablo.
It is.
Production-wise, at least.
It is. I mean, yeah, it starts off with, like, choir.
Yeah, like
And
Ultralight
everything.
Beam. Ultralight Beam. What a song.
He mentioned Ultralight Beam, too.
Yes, he does. Okay, so
So,
that's track 1.
Do you want to start with the second track?
Yeah, Selah.
Selah. Can I tell you that this was one of my personal, most anticipated tracks I've been waiting for ever since I heard it in
You
the
showed me
trailer.
snippet.
I did show him in a snippet, but I also heard it on the trailer
Yeah.
for his movie.
If you ain't woke, you better wake up.
Exactly.
You ain't woke them, wake up.
I love-
No, it's if you woke them, wake up.
I love how like dramatic the drum is and everything. Like Hallelujah, beautiful,
Hallelujah, hallelujah,
exactly,
hallelujah, hallelujah. It's amazing.
amazing.
And his verse, he's just spitting out Bible verses. I can't keep up.
Right,
I'm just
yo.
like, yeah, Kanye. And this is the song where he name drops Yandi.
He did
He says, everybody wants Yandi. Jesus went and did his laundry.
put in the laundry,
Put in the
yeah.
laundry, yeah, something along those lines, man. And I gotta tell you, as soon as I heard that, I laughed out loud. Because I was like, we are never getting Yandi. Yandi
That's a
doesn't
fact.
exist.
That is a
It
fact. I
doesn't
don't think we're
exist.
ever gonna get Yandi ever again.
And again, keeps true to the gospel sound. Probably the biggest banger on the album, I'd say, Selah. I don't think anything else is a harder banger.
I want to say that too, but there are some other.
There are some other bangers.
Yeah, they
but
are.
most of it's very pleasant, chill gospel.
It is.
Which Selah, I've thoroughly enjoyed. It's not one of my personal, it's not in my top 3. We're gonna, at the end of this, wrap
It's
up
not?
with our top 3. No, it's close. Probably 4 or 5.
It's one of my.
We're gonna talk about our top 3 later.
All right. But Can
Next
we talk about the ending?
of Selah?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
The ending was great. I think that the way Kanye ended it was so dramatic with the drums, the choir, and him just rapping. It was just one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard.
I love it as well. I want to preface this also real quick. There's not a bad song on this album. There's not.
No.
I have a least favorite that I picked out, but there's not a bad song. I would listen to the song over anything off of The Big Day by Chance the Rapper,
Yeah.
and that's a fact. I feel
Follow-
like we should just kind of keep this train going. Should we move on to Follow God?
Follow God.
Follow God, man.
What do you think about it?
I love Follow God. I love it. I love the samples. I love the production. This whole album's production is
The production-
incredible.
Do you think it was worth the wait though?
The album?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel this well.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more later.
All right. Yeah, yeah.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Right,
Let's
right,
keep
right.
going
I
track by
agree with
track.
you.
Follow God. This is also a banger, I'd say.
Mhm.
Like his flow on this is incredible. Everything he's saying, I enjoy. I love it. The moment I heard the song, I was like losing my mind. I was just like, wow.
I'm gonna put this like straightforward right now. It's like one of my lower tier songs. Like
Really?
I kind of didn't enjoy as much. I liked it, but it's not up there with my with Selah and all the other songs in the album.
Yeah, see, so we definitely have some different
We
opinions
do,
on
we
this
do.
album because I'm not gonna lie, this is one of my favorites. This is up there for me.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Music is subjective.
It is. We all have our own opinions.
Yeah, like I love the refrain like that ain't Christ like.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about his dad, like his past his dad, like
Right.
that's very interesting.
Right.
I love the production on this song. This might be my favorite production on the album. I love how he has the Father I Stretch My Hands, referencing his old stuff with
He
the
did.
sample.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Just everything about this song is like perfectly combines gospel with hip hop, with Kanye's zaniness and personality that only he brings. I love this song. I feel like this is perfect.
I feel like this is a good time to bring this up as well. This album has no curse words,
None.
just like 808s.
Just like only album since 808s. I think that's technically true. I think Lil Wayne says something like not really a curse word, but something that's like a little profane, but not enough to get explicit. This
Exactly.
is the first album since it did not have an explicit song.
So Kanye did it again.
Okay, so now we gotta talk about Close on Sunday.
Close on Sunday is like one of my. It's up there.
It's
It definitely
really-
is up there for me.
See, this I have a love-hate relationship with
Really?
Close on Sunday. It's not by any means near the bottom. It's so corny.
Is it?
I think it's very corny. I love it because that's why I love Kanye's inherently corny.
Right.
You go to a Kanye project, you need the corniness, or else it's not Kanye.
Exactly. I agree
Like
with that.
I saw a tweet, it was like 45-year-old Kanye, like you my Chick-fil-A, close on a Sunday. Like he's a 45-year-old man rapping about Chick-fil-A and how you're my Chick-fil-A. Like
But-
inherently that no matter who says that sounds like a Chance the Rapper line off of
Right.
The Big Day.
How do you feel about that? Kanye referencing Chick-fil-A, his religion, and like how they close. Chick-fil-A closes on Sundays because of like
Yeah, and the whole
Christianity and all that.
I don't mind because I know there's the anti-LGBT stuff, which obviously there's no excuse for that.
Yeah.
We're not going to go into depth about that because
Mhm.
that's not our place. We're a music podcast, not politics.
Right.
But I feel like as long as you're not empowering the individuals who are promoting that type of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
it's not as bad. I'm not again making excuses, but like I feel like just saying Chick-fil-A in a rap song doesn't make you a terrible person.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. I don't have a problem.
The way
with it.
he ended, he just screams out
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I died when I heard that, man. You have no idea. But what I will say about this, as soon the second half
Mm-hmm.
of this song is like you take away all the Chick-fil-A lines and it's
Mhm.
just that second half. Probably my favorite song. On the
It's
album.
amazing.
I love the
The
second
groove.
half. The groove,
It's nice.
like everything
I
about
enjoyed
it.
this song. It's like one of the songs I actually enjoyed.
Yeah, like again, it's still one of my favorites. It's not in my top 3. It's very close. It's again not a bad song on this album.
Mhm.
That's saying a lot. But Close on Sunday. Like I mean the whole last part where he says like, stand up for my home, even if I take this walk,
Right.
even take this walk alone. Like the way his delivery
Mhm.
is so dang good. Like, I personally love that. Again, if it was just that, it'd probably be higher for me.
Right.
But that's probably gonna be the biggest song on the album. I think if we had to pick a record to break out on this
Mhm.
album, it's Closed on Sundays. It has the most mainstream appeal, I think.
You want to start talking about the next track?
Yes,
On
on
God.
God.
I love this track.
Love it.
I love it. Like it's a hype song.
It is. Again, it's
Like,
another banger.
it's like an electro. Like you hear the electro. Like I just love it. It's amazing.
Yeah, on God, on God. I said it's on life, on God. Yeah, dude.
It's good. I love it.
Oh my gosh, man.
This is definitely on my top 3.
I think it just missed out again for me. I think it's very close. It's very close. See, I see why we're different. You like more of the hype songs, and that's going to be a big difference between us. I like the hype song, but that's not what I look for.
Right.
So that's the big difference. You're going to get that. Okay, that's interesting. That's going to be something that you'll probably see prevalent in a lot of discussions we have.
Right. Yeah.
Like, if I were to guess your favorite Brockhampton song, just off topic, I'd guess it'd probably something more along the lines of like Heat or Junkie instead of something like Bleach or like Summer.
Gold.
Yeah, exactly. Like Gold, it's fun. Like my favorite Brockhampton songs are like, what's your favorite song on Ginger? Real quick.
No Halo.
Okay, so that's a chill song. So that
I
doesn't
love
work,
No Halo.
Yeah, okay. Okay,
Sugar
back to
too.
Kanye.
Oh, my
Sugar,
bad.
yeah, okay, yeah. So they're,
Right.
So on God, I mean, I feel like this is kind of a track where there's not much to say though. I feel like it's very good, but what specifically? Like, it's just a good song all around.
Okay, so it starts off an intro, just people talking normally, like not normally, but it's just talking, and then out of nowhere you just hear, like the bass drum, boom, and it just with a little electro like instrumental coming in,
Right.
and it's like that instrumental that makes you like want to like nod your head, like oh yeah, this is like so good, yeah, like personally I was like this is amazing. It's like one of my favorite songs already, off the album.
It's great.
But yeah, it was a great song.
Great song. I agree. Up there.
What's the next song?
Next song, I believe, is Everything We Need with Ty Dolla $ign.
Remember I showed you this song before?
You showed me this song.
This song was supposed to be on Yandi.
Yeah, it's dope. It's pretty
good.
dang dope.
I love this song.
Pretty damn dope, man. I mean, great song. Yeah, it's great. I'm not even gonna talk about my top 3 anymore. It's a great song. Okay,
Yeah.
Ty Dolla $ign's contribution to the track is perfectly placed.
I remember there was another artist feature on it, but I guess they removed it due to like Kanye saying he didn't want any cursing in this album. It's gonna be all.
Yeah, I know Nicki Minaj was supposed to be on the album in some
Yeah.
capacity, but
Like-
that was supposed to be a song that got completely scrapped.
They were supposed to re-record it, but like I guess they just didn't want it at all.
But,
It was a good song.
Everything We Need, good song.
Groovy, nice.
Very
Chill.
groovy, and again keeps the gospel vibes.
It
everything.
does.
I have something specifically I want to mention that after we dissect every song. But what's the next track?
Water,
Smooth as hell,
chill,
That's
vibes. I love this.
so chill.
Although
I'm not gonna lie, it might be. See, here's the thing with chill, I like it. It might be on the lower end of mine, but
Yeah.
I still enjoy it because it's still a good song and it still has purpose. It's not my least favorite.
Mhm.
I'll get to my least favorite when we
We're done.
mention it.
Mhm.
Well, when we mention it, I'll say it's my least
Okay.
favorite. Just I'll mention it and I'll go on why later. But
I'm not gonna lie, this song, I liked it, but I guess when Kanye starts like rapping, he's just like I don't want to say he starts like not mumbling, but he just doesn't put.
not much energy.
Yeah, he's just like like
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
talking like I don't feel the energy with it. I love the instrumental. It's great, groovy, chill, but I guess when Kanye just starts jumping in.
Yeah, it's okay. It's very smooth. It's
Mhm.
very like flowy.
Right.
It's like watching a creek. You're watching water. It seems like you're watching water flow when you're
You
listening
feel
to the
it,
song.
like
you feel the
you
water.
vibe
flow.
it. You vibe.
It's a vibe. It's not necessarily a great song. It's a
Mhm.
great vibe. And hey, that works too. Well, again, I'll probably say it's my second least favorite on the album. Again, good song. God Is.
Tell me about it.
I love God Is.
Really?
I love God Is, man. I can tell. I feel like you don't like it. God Is. I love Kanye singing on this song. I feel like that's gonna be a divisive thing. I love his vocals on this song.
It's good. It's definitely not one of my.
It's good. You know.
Definitely not up there for me, but it was a good
For me,
song.
it's
I
up
enjoyed it. Trust me, on the first listen, I enjoyed it. I liked it, but just I know it's not gonna be one of my like. Oh, it stands up of the album, but it was good.
I disagree. Okay.
Oh wow.
Well, no. Okay. Again, it's been a day.
Right.
In a
We
week,
gotta
I'm
let the songs
probably-
throw into it.
This song is, I'll tell you, it's like towards the bottom of my top, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's like this can be switched out with a lot of songs.
Okay.
We'll get more into that. But I love his vocal contributions. I love the sound altogether. I love the refrain. I love the chorus. This is just genuinely one of my favorite tracks on the album. If I had to narrow it down, which is
Okay.
tough. Hands On.
Tell me about it.
It's my least favorite.
Really? I
My
actually
favorite.
enjoyed this one.
I enjoy it. Again, I enjoy every song on this album. It's my least favorite. And here, I'll tell you why.
Tell me why.
I'll tell you why. So, Hands On, right? I like Chill. And I do like this, of course.
Mm-hmm.
The problems I have with it, number one, is I feel like it doesn't do much. I feel
Okay.
like it just kind of stays all one note the whole time.
Okay.
And that's fine. But when you have an album where it's so, like, up and down, like, topsy-turvy, like, interesting, having a song like this is kind of, it doesn't kill the flow to me. It just, like, it kind of, it's, like, almost like an interlude. It just kind of slows things down. It's, like,
Okay.
this is the song where it's, like, if there's an intermission, I'd say it'd be this. Like, this is, like, the interlude. It's, you know, it's, like, let's take a break. Let's take a break before the end of the album. Like, this is our, like, final stop.
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree
I
with
also
that.
think it's a bit repetitive with the whole
Yes,
the Christian.
it is.
Like
It is.
under the Christians.
It's like that one song, like out of the whole body structure of the album, is that one song where you feel like you needed like a break, like you said, an
Yeah.
intermission. Yeah.
It's like this is the intermission. It's like okay, I can just chill to this.
Right.
But again, I thoroughly
Not
enjoy
put too much
this
attention
song.
to it, but yeah, of course.
But yeah, so Hands On. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's not much else to say really. It's just like, I personally don't love it, but it's still I'm not gonna skip it. It's not a skip. There's no skippable track.
Oh, no,
on this
yeah, of
album.
course, I
It's
agree.
only 27 minutes long. There better not be a skippable track.
Exactly.
Anything else you want to add about Hands On?
No, I think I'm done with that.
Okay.
Use this gospel,
Use this. God, tell me about it.
bro.
I already know.
I teared up when I heard the saxophone solo.
I knew it was coming because it said Kenny G.
Kenny G.
Kenny G kills it. I literally, my girlfriend said,
Amazing.
"This is the best music." When she heard it, she doesn't like Kanye that much. She just is there for the support. She actually is funny. She put it on Snapchat like, "I think Andrew's gonna leave me for this album," and then she later put on during this song. She was like, "Oh, he's definitely leaving me," like, because I fell in love with this song the moment I heard it. Because not only does Kenny G kill it, we got a Clips reunite.
Clips.
A reunion.
Clips.
Clips, haven't heard them in like 2012.
Exactly.
Pusha, I love Pusha. I think Pusha's one of the best pure rappers right now.
I love Pusha T.
I love Pusha. He killed Drake, but that's for another episode.
Yeah.
But that's a good episode. But
Let's talk about the lyrics. He says, like, he mentions use this gospel as protection and all that.
yeah,
I love the way he sings it. Definitely great song.
great song.
Amazing sax solo.
I couldn't picture a better song for this album. It fits everything.
It does. This is like
Sounds so
definitely up
good.
there.
Like here's the thing with this album, I can't imagine somebody just listening to the sound of this album and dislike it. I can't imagine that. How can you listen to something so like pleasant, like objectively pleasant?
Right.
I guess music's subjective, so not everyone's gonna have the same opinion. I don't care if you have the same opinion. I obviously care about your opinion,
Right.
but like it's not gonna affect my opinion. You're not gonna change my mind through a tweet saying it's trash. Like, you're just not. But like, I get not liking Kanye, but like I feel like the sound, like how could you just not like it?
Beautiful album.
Beautiful album, beautiful song, and then the last song, Jesus Lord.
Wow. I was, in my opinion,
I'm annoyed by this song
really.
because it's 45 seconds long.
It's 45 second song, but it was a way to end an
It
album.
was the perfect way to end the album.
Yes.
It was the perfect. But
I
here's,
was just short.
I looked at the song. As soon as I was like 45 seconds.
It's
I was
like, I want more.
yeah, which is perfect. And again, very much a mirror of the opening track.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I couldn't imagine a more perfect closer for any album. Like, this album bookends both sides beautifully. And I didn't really expect it going into this. I expected it to be a solid album. I didn't think I'd enjoy it as much as I did. Even though I love gospel-influenced rap, like Chance's Coloring Book and Ultra Light Beam of Kanye West, and obviously all of Kanye's gospel-inspired music, I didn't know how much I'd love this album. I didn't think I'd like it this much.
I actually loved it.
And Jesus is Lord was the perfect way to close it. If I had, like, nothing else could have been a closer. And it sucks at the same time because I could have seen this being like a 10-minute epic song with that just being the ending of it or the beginning of it. And it sucks. It's so short, but you know what? Caps off to Kanye, man. It's perfect.
So now that we got to the end of the track list, what do you rate out of 10 this album?
This album? I've been discussing this all day. A light to decent 9.
Decent 9.
A light to decent 9. 9 to 9.5. I can't give it a 10 on the first day. I can't. That's just against my principle.
Right.
Nothing's ever gotten a 10 for me on my first day.
I agree.
Even Igor by Tyler, the Creator.
Actually, I did give a 10 to one of the albums.
Which album?
I feel like you can already assume. I'm a big Travis Scott fan, so.
Well, I don't know which one. I think I do.
Astroworld.
Oh no, that's not what I was expecting, but that's cool. I like Astroworld.
I like the Astroworld too. It was great. But from my first listen, it was I'm like, wow, this is 10.
I'm sure that was epic if you're a Travis. I'm not too huge on Travis. That's one thing that kind of divides us. I'm not too huge. I like him. I just don't listen to him much. I know that's like his favorite artist, pretty much. But yeah, I mean, Astroworld's perfect for a Travis fan.
My rating for Jesus is King, I want to say I agree, 9 or 9.5. Great album. I definitely enjoyed it. Not one skippable track.
Not one.
Not one.
Not one. Never gonna skip a track. I obviously just play individual tracks. When I'm listening to the album, I won't skip anything.
Right.
And so let's go to what's your least favorite track? I'm curious.
Least favorite track. All right, let me look through the track list.
Okay, so yeah, my least favorite I already mentioned is Hands On. Good song. Every song is good.
Right.
What you got?
God Is. I knew it. I knew it.
I knew you were gonna say that too. See, okay, so here's the divisiveness. Why God Is? I'm just curious.
I mean, I don't really...
Again, I don't mind about your opinion. It's not gonna affect mine.
Right.
But why?
I just feel like the album would have just been as is without the song. In my opinion.
In a way.
I listened to
That's
it.
how I feel about Hands On. That's how I feel about Hands On.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that leaves no real impact.
Right.
While God Is, I feel like does, but I see why you would think that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you could kind of say it about any song in a way. Like mostly. Not every song. Not Use This Gospel. You can't take that away. If you take that away from me, I'm going to cry. Let's go.
Okay. I feel like we can agree that Use This Gospel's in our top 3s or not.
100%.
Okay, yeah. All right.
If it's not, you're insane.
No, yeah, Use This Gospel.
Right, okay, so my number 3 song is God Is. I just love it. I mean, I already discussed it. I love his singing. I know that's going to be a divisive thing.
What's your number 1?
We'll get to that. We'll go 3 down.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, we started at 3. You got to hype him in, Axel. So number 3 for me is God Is.
Okay.
Just a fun, I just like it. We already discussed it enough. So what's your number 3?
My number 3? I want to say Close on Sunday.
Fair enough. Any reason besides that we've already mentioned?
I just got like you said, that one part in the middle of the song where it gets intense, groovy. Love it.
Yeah.
Amazing. The way he ended it.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
I told my girlfriend I'm going to walk into the Chick-fil-A at Stockton every day and say, Chick-fil-A!
Yeah.
She said, I will leave you. And I said, it may be worth it.
Going up to, like, the register to pay. He's like, is that it? Yeah. I just got my Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. God, I would hate myself. Anyway, number 2, I got Follow God, which, man, you didn't like that much. I love Follow God. I love it, man. I love everything. I love this is, I feel like, his best flow we've seen in a couple albums since Life of Pablo, definitely. I feel like this is one of the most interesting beats on the album.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of strays away from the simple gospel. Oh, wait. No, wait. God is number 4. God is number 4. My bad. Only God. On God is number 3.
On God.
On God is number 3. My bad. I forgot about On God.
I was like, wait, are we talking about the same thing?
Yeah, On God is what the beat on this song. Straight out of 808s, in my opinion. Straight out of 808s.
Yo, I was listening to that on my way here, and I was like, this
God
reminds
is
me
great.
of like 808s like vibe.
I forgot On God. Straight out of 808s.
I love
It's
it.
amazing, and his rapping is so much fun.
Yes, it's a hype song.
Actually,
It's hype.
that's my second song. I'll probably say. I'll say.
Same.
You know what? I'll switch it. Follow God is number 3. Follow God is great. Follow God. I didn't get to talk about Follow God, so I'll talk about it now. Follow God is a fun song. I feel like it's one of the most interesting songs on the album. It's like the farthest away he gets from his sound, which I'll get to. Some I think is important to this album, but so number 2, yeah, we both agree is On God. I mean, it's just
I love that song.
you know what that means. Number 1.
You want me to go first?
You go first.
Saleh.
Oh, really? I thought you just said Jesus Gospels in your top 3.
Really? I did say
Didn't
that.
you just say that?
What was my number 3?
What was your number 3? You said Close on Sundays.
Oh man.
Is Jesus Gospel not in your top 3? I feel you got to
I
think
feel
about
dumb
that.
now. Wait. All right.
You think, okay, so just Close on Sundays versus Jesus Gospel.
All right. I'm gonna switch Close on Sunday with Jesus God.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Use this
Okay.
gospel number 3.
So number 1 is Selah.
On God. And number what?
Selah's number 1.
Yeah.
Good song. Probably my 4th or 5th. Probably
love-
5th, I guess.
That song's been on repeat. For
Yeah.
me.
I feel like the only reason I don't have that higher is because he does a lot of just the naming Bible verses.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, it's like, okay, I get it. I get it, Kanye.
I
You read the Bible.
I just love how
I love
he
it,
has
though.
the choir.
The choir is great. My number 1 is Jesus Gospel.
Jesus gospel.
That is
That's
the
protection.
Runaway. That is the Ghost Town. That is the ultra light beam of this album, in my opinion. I feel like
The
the
Heartless.
features are perfectly done. I feel like the production is a masterclass of beat making and production. I feel like Kanye's contribution is amazing. Everything about this song I enjoy. And this is, without a doubt, the song I'm going to be going back to the most. If I had to choose one song to keep from this album, I had to throw away the rest, it would be Use This Gospel. That's how I feel about it.
Okay. I respect that opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, again, everyone's opinion's valid. I'm not mad that you think God is a terrible song that you hate very much.
Sorry. It's just my opinion.
No, yeah, it's just it's my opinion, right?
But overall, I enjoyed the album. I feel like it was worth the wait.
100% worth the wait, man.
Just
Is it worth the wait from like waiting from Yandi? Do you think that whole year? I mean, it's a 9.5. Can't get much better than that. But it's not a 10. And I feel like making us wait after promising us a year ago. Maybe it's not worth that wait. It's close. For me, it is, but I see why people say it wouldn't.
Actually, did you hear that he's gonna drop a new album? On
Jesus
Christmas?
Born, but that's a Sunday service album. I feel like that's all gonna be like the opening track. It's all gonna be just the choir, which
Right.
I love. I can't wait for, but I don't think Kanye's gonna be seen on it at all.
Too much on it. Like
Yeah, maybe.
I think it will be like at least
he'll be in the choir.
90% Sunday service and then 10% Kanye.
Yeah, definitely. But so one of the most important things I wanted to stress is that I feel like this is the first time since 808s and Heartbreaks that Kanye finds a true sound and sticks with it.
Yeah.
I feel like everything since 808s is pretty consistent across the board. Then you get Fantasy where it's not the most inconsistent, but like it is kind of all over the place. Like Runaway to Power to like all of the lights. They sound like they could be on 3 different albums.
Right.
Then you go to Yeezus, which is all over the place. Which in a way, every song is so different that's it's almost like it's all like a sound.
Right.
But it's really Bound 2 and Black Skinhead and I Am a God are all on the same album. And On Site. How is that the same album? That's like 4 different artists. And then you go Life of Pablo all over the place to love Life of Pablo.
Life of Apollo's.
Yay.
Amazing.
Kind of all over, nothing really consistent. It goes from a chill, like I thought about killing you, to like a hype, yikes, like Ghost Town, which is almost like a rock ballad. It's really all I feel like this is the first time since 808s that he finds a sound and he just sticks to it. And it's perfect. And Kanye doesn't do that because he's so musically like
He
diverse.
opened his mind for this
Yeah.
album. He definitely did. He did change a lot too. He released, I want to say, 2 interviews.
Yes.
Prior
Yes,
to
with
this?
Zane Lowe yesterday and then someone else today.
I forgot. I
Forget
just
the name.
know.
It's like 48 minutes long. It's
Yeah.
on YouTube now.
I watched it.
Oh yeah, I didn't get to watch it. I listened to
He
Zane Lowe.
he goes into depth with stuff he's been going through. He talks a lot about like what he's been through, and like you learn a lot more about like it explains a lot how he's behaved these past few months and everything.
Oh yeah,
And
it's got a lot going on.
yeah,
You're a millionaire married to another millionaire,
definitely.
running a shoe brand, a clothing brand, and trying to make new music, and running a church.
Yeah,
It's a lot on your plate
It is.
for anyone to handle, especially somebody who's gone through the mental health
Right.
issues he has with bipolar disorder.
He goes in depth with like, yeah, exactly his mental. He in the interview, I feel like it's just you must watch it to like understand more about
Oh yeah,
Kanye
I'm definitely
himself.
gonna check it out.
Like,
so
he
I get
definitely
to
like,
yeah.
I don't want to say he outburst, but like he lets everything out on it. Like he doesn't think twice about what he's gonna say. He thinks it once and just says it.
Yeah, it's all out in the open.
Yeah.
He doesn't try to hide it, which I personally love. I know some people don't like that. I love it.
He just
From
don't
any
speak it
artist,
from his
especially
mind.
Kanye, because he has such an interesting mind. But I'm gonna say this is gonna be controversial because I know people love debating where Kanye albums rank, how they personally. This isn't about greatness. This isn't what I personally think is the best because I don't know where to rank this best. You know, like objective. If I had to do objectively, because it's all subjective, but objectively the best. But for my personal favorites, enjoyability wise, I think this might be at number 3 for me in all of Kanye's albums.
Really?
For enjoyment, I think 3 or 4. For me, College Dropout's always going to be number 1. That's
Okay.
just not going to change. Number 2 is Life of Pablo because I love that album.
Okay.
I love the chaos. Like
Definitely.
it does have some weak points,
Oh yeah.
like lowlights and like highlights is
Highlights.
whatever, and like I let like 30 hours. I don't care for that much, but like the highs with Facts, Ultralight Beam Fade, No More Parties in L.A.
No More
especially.
Parties in LA. Facts.
Waves. Yeah, I said like St. Pablo. Like so many amazing songs.
Probably stretch my hands.
Fostered My Hands. How could I forget about that? Part 1
Exactly,
and Part
that's
2. Like Famous. How could we forget about Famous? Like
With
it's
Rihanna.
such a good album with Rihanna. Such a good album. Real Friends. Like Wolves. I could go on. Frank's Interlude.
Frank's
Silver
track.
Surfer Interlude.
Easy.
Easy, Silver Surfer.
Oh,
Anyway,
man.
and then honestly, it's like tied with 808s right now for me.
Really?
Yes, I love 808s. I know that's another divisive thing. I feel like the 2 most divisive Kanye albums are Yeezus is number 1, 808s is number 2. Because 808s, but you could tell 808s is an age gap. My dad doesn't like it. My uncle is indifferent. Me and my brother love it. My dad's 45. My uncle's 30. We're 20 and 18. So there's definitely an age difference. But where does this rank for you? Do you think enjoyability? Because greatest, I don't know. It's too soon.
It is too soon.
You don't call an album a classic on the first day.
All right. Definitely. This is like, I say this confidently. This is my number 3.
Number 3 too.
Yeah.
What's your number 1 too? I'm actually not sure.
My number 1 is The Life of Pablo.
It is.
Love that album.
I can't wait to dissect that album.
Love that album.
That's gonna be an episode coming soon.
That's like one of
We'll
the.
take a break from Kanye, of course, but like,
Oh yeah, most definitely.
it's coming soon.
Number 2, 808s on Heartbreak.
Again, I feel like it's our age. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I enjoyed it.
My dad does love Life of Pablo. My dad's a huge Kanye fan, and he's only 45, so he's like pretty young for a parent to have a 23-year-old. My sister's 23,
Mm-hmm.
but he loves Kanye. Like he loves the new album.
But we both can agree. We talked about this before that 808s and Heartbreak is one of the most influential.
I think
albums.
it's the most influential rap album of the 21st century.
Yes.
Nothing else is even close. I mean, not the most important, but the most not the best. Not even the best Kanye album of the 21st century, if I'm being real, but influential. There is no Juice WRLD. We'll get more in depth this.
Yeah, that'd be another episode.
Yeah, but yeah, like it's insane how influential that album is, and how important it is to hip hop. But and just the radio in general. But
Then number 3, Jesus is King, and then my number 4, College Dropout.
yeah, so we got same top 4.
But that's
Yeah.
your number 1 though, right?
College Dropout, personally, yes. But that Life of Pablo and College Dropout like kind of battle with each other.
Right.
I feel like I gotta say College Dropout because it has so many good songs.
It does. It does.
Like I feel like Life of Pablo may have more good songs, but College Dropout has less bad songs.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about it. I don't feel like there's one bad song on College Dropout that I can think of off the top of my head. Maybe the new workout plan.
Your opinion, man. Your opinion.
It does have skits also, which I don't like.
It does have skits in the middle.
I don't like. So that's a minus, and then it has the new workout plan, which the only good thing that song has is the fact that J. Cole used it to make a dope beat.
Mm-hmm.
Like so. But
Yeah.
yeah. So I think Jesus King is up there for 3 for me. I think it's this. I didn't mention to you. I almost did. I think it's my album of the year. I think it just so barely beats Igor for me. For me, we're gonna do a whole episode at the end of the year ranking our albums of the
Okay.
year. I'm just gonna say right now, first listen, I said this is my favorite album of the year.
I'm gonna just say this. Just give it some time.
Of course, this is
Maybe
concrete.
it'll change. Maybe.
Oh yeah, of course.
Very rarely.
This isn't set in stone. I for like a month I had Ginger as my album of the year,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, wait, no, Igor is definitely better than this.
Right.
So it changes. I'm gonna listen to Igor again tonight. Will I listen to Jesus King again tomorrow? Yeah. Will I listen to Igor again tomorrow? Probably.
Of course. You can't.
And Igor's been out for months.
Yeah.
Ginger, I don't
May.
listen to it on the day.
May 17th.
May 17th. That's when it came out.
Igor.
Yeah, I've been listening to it almost every day since then. So if Jesus King doesn't, who knows? A month from now, I might not even be listening to it.
Probably.
I'll probably be listening to Igor.
We can talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. I mean, again, end of the year, I hope we can do a year breakdown,
Review
give
our
our top 5 album of the year, top songs of the year, worst album of the year, which I already know mine.
Oh yeah, most definitely too.
I think we might have the same one. We'll talk about that off camera.
Yep.
But
Yeah. Anything else you want to say about Jesus King?
one more thing I want to say for a gospel album. I know this is gonna sound weird because it obviously is preachy, but
Mhm.
it's not preachy in the sense where it's trying to force you into his religion. Like, it's more just about how God has helped him.
Himself, yes.
Yeah, he's not like trying to say Christianity is the only religion and like you should support Christianity, and like this isn't what Kanye is not saying that. Kanye is just saying, hey, this is how I feel about God.
I'm gonna put this out there. When I watched the interview, Kanye mentioned that he used the Sunday service as like a therapy.
Yeah.
Like he said, he was going through a lot and everything. He was like, I would use the Sunday service, the choir, be in that dome. He'll feel himself like he'll just feel himself spiritually. He felt God talking to him.
Yeah.
And definitely, yeah, he says.
And like I saw somebody, one of my favorite YouTubers actually, he's also a rapper. He listened to it, he loved the sound, and then he said like he listened to like 10 times, and he like started to feel like it was kind of disingenuous. Like it sounded more like he was like trying to mainstream Jesus than actually feel it. But like I feel like that's just straight up dumb in my opinion. Because like who are you to say how a man feels about like
Right.
this is how he feels. He's getting his religion out. Obviously it's like he's making it mainstream, but that's not his objective. His objective is to spread the love that he's felt.
Right.
As somebody like he said, this is a white YouTuber. He said like it reminds me back when I was in choir and singing gospel songs about like, you know, African American written songs where like had nothing to do with our all white choir. It felt disingenuous. He said it reminds him of that, but like to me personally, not a political thing. Like I just feel like who's to say?
Right.
Because Kanye, I get people. He now lives a life of privilege that he built for himself.
Mm-hmm.
He still had to deal with all the hardships that any young African American has to deal with. He went through it all. He lived in Chicago.
Lived in Chicago.
And I feel like the fact that people don't like him, they take that away from him. And they're like, you live a life of privilege. But people don't understand that he had to claw for that himself in an industry that didn't want him to make it.
Right.
Nobody wanted Kanye West to make it. There's a reason why they stuck him on the beats for like years. So I feel like that's just kind of not dumb, that's the wrong word, I said dumb earlier, just kind of an unfair judgment to make. Because who are you to say how Kanye feels?
Yeah, and like on top of that, remember like 2008, he was going through like the worst.
He's been through it all. And now
Family
he suffers,
passed away.
and he has a mental illness disorder.
Yeah, bipolar.
Bipolar, it's not nothing. Like the dude I know he obviously he's dealt with mental health issues. He understands that to a T. He's not trying to belittle Kanye or like his mental health.
Mm-hmm.
But like just I know people do, because people just like to call him crazy. And it really just hurts when I see that, because like even like the stuff like I know he's gonna mention it somewhere, like the Slaver's Choice comment. I'm not gonna defend it. I'm not gonna talk about it much. I do understand that's not what he wasn't trying to say that necessarily, but he doesn't know how to word it. He's not good at speaking like that.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm not defending him because it's a terrible thing to say, regardless of how you feel. It's a terrible thing to say, Slaver's Choice. But like I feel like knowing Kanye, that's not what he was trying. He's the same dude who said repeal the 13th Amendment and then realized that was the amendment that freed slavery. And
Right.
he was like, oh, wait, like, I didn't mean the 13th. He meant amend the 13th. He said repeal. And he referenced that on the album, remember? He's like, he said something about repealing the 13th Amendment, like, my bad, y'all, for saying that.
And then we're talking about the guy who made a song with Lil Pump.
Yeah, I love it, which is the best song of that year.
Meme song.
Meme song. Like, he gets misinterpreted. But, I mean, that doesn't excuse him. And, of course, his bipolar doesn't excuse him from being an awful person. Because there's definitely situations where he's been an awful person. And that's just not warranted no matter what mental illness. But I do feel like people are unfair to him sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm not the type to let somebody's political views hamper my enjoyment of art. As long as the dude's not, like, killing somebody or, like, a serial, like, you know, something. I'm not going to get into explicit because it's triggering to some people.
Yeah.
Somebody, an awful person, genuinely, and not just somebody who I have different political views from, like, it's not going to affect my enjoyment of the music.
Yeah, music first.
Music first.
I just go here.
Again,
I'm just in here for the music.
Unless it's an extreme. Kanye, all he's done is have a political opinion.
Actually, he also donated like $1 million to like a church.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess they didn't want to.
He's starting a church himself.
Yeah, he is.
Like, I don't see what, like, that's, I can't see how people try to make that into some, like, negative light, which, you know. But
So
I feel like Jesus King is the perfect album for him to drop right now with all this political turmoil on his name. He said himself he's being used to spread a message he doesn't support.
mm-hmm.
Like, he said that himself. Like, I'm not going to go into depth about this. I have a whole opinion on the whole situation.
Right.
I'm not going to talk about it here because it's not my place. This isn't a politics podcast.
Right.
But Jesus King, it's just like, it's such a pleasant album, and it's just talking about how he found his faith. Like, how could you hate a man for that? He addresses his situations the way he does, but also it's not anybody's right for that information. He's not required to explain himself.
Exactly.
Should he? Probably.
It's up to him.
Yeah, I mean, he probably should, but, like, it's up to him. How would you like it if everything you said had to be spoken in front of millions because that's expected of you?
I wouldn't like
He's still a person.
He's a human being.
Exactly. He gets to decide what to do. Whether it's right or wrong, whether I agree or disagree, it's not my business.
Can we talk about that one quote he said in that Zayn interview?
I am the greatest artist.
I am undoubtedly.
Undoubtedly. Not even a question anymore. It's a fact. The greatest artist in human existence.
Human artist in human existence.
I'm not going to lie. While ridiculous to say yourself, he's not too far off. Because if I were to use one word to describe Kanye, it's artist.
Yeah.
I personally, for me, number one will always forever be David Bowie. Nobody lived his art more than David Bowie. I could do a whole episode by myself about David Bowie. That's something I want. I know you don't listen to David Bowie that much.
Not as much. I know a few songs.
So I'm going to get you into some Bowie. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to get you into Black Star.
Okay.
It's insane. I think Kanye, for me personally, is number two. Because I just can't think of anybody else who lives his art as much as him besides Bowie. But it's still very insane to say about yourself. That shouldn't be coming from Kanye's mouth.
Kanye just doesn't care. He just said it.
He said it. And I mean, hey, all power to him. It's got. When he said that, that's when I knew the album was coming out. It's like, there's no way he's saying this for nothing. Like, I was like, he's trying to get attention. He's a genius businessman.
He knows
He
what
has
he's
like
doing.
$2 million businesses with shoes and clothes.
2 million?
Like, no, like two different, like, million.
Oh, I thought you said
no,
2
not
million.
2
I'm
million.
like, 2
no,
million.
like
What?
2 millions worth companies. Like, he's obviously a smart businessman.
Right.
And as soon as he said that, I was like, okay, he's getting some controversy. That's what Kanye does.
Mm-hmm.
It's a typical Kanye quote. He could say that any day. But why is he saying that on a day where he may or may not be releasing an album?
True. That is true.
That's when I was convinced. I was like, full steam ahead. I put on my Instagram story, like, I'm convinced this album's coming out now.
So, I saw this one thing on Twitter today.
Oh, yeah?
Saying that the Jesus is King tour is happening very soon. Would you go to a Jesus is King concert?
100%.
100%?
Yes. 1,000%.
I'd
I'm
go.
putting the money
I
down
most
right now.
definitely would go.
I'm
too.
making sure I have money saved up.
Yeah, true.
We're going.
Would you go?
Yeah, I would 100% go. Would you drive?
I drive. Yeah, I'm definitely
I
down.
bet. So, yeah, that's cool. We just
I-
figured that out while on here. Nice. Because, yeah, we want to see Jesus Cantor. Again, I can't recommend this album enough if you just want even if you just want pleasant background music. There's not many albums where I can say that, where you can enjoy looking at it in depth like we just did today,
Mhm.
but also just listening. Not even listening, just hearing it. Just being in the
I enjoyed
presence of it.
I definitely enjoyed.
I enjoyed
I
it.
vibed it.
There's a vibe. I was just vibing.
I smiled through the entire thing.
Yeah, I didn't tear up like you said you did maybe at one point. But I got emotional. and I just couldn't stop smiling the whole time. And that was one of the best experiences I had in terms of music by far. Probably the best I've had in terms of music by far. Like it's unreal until you listen to it yourself and you stay open-minded and you block off all the outside factors when it comes to Kanye. Just look at the music.
I most definitely recommend this album to anybody. Even if you're not a fan of Kanye,
You don't like rap.
just take a listen to it. I feel like you would enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's a very enjoyable album, in our opinions. I feel like it would be like an enjoyable album for anyone.
Definitely. I agree.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add up to?
Nope. Oh, wait, one last thing. The album cover. At first I didn't like it. I love it now.
You love it?
I think it's perfect. It perfectly encapsulates what a old school gospel album should be like. Just the vinyl, just the record.
You mentioned that, like, I got the CD.
Yeah.
But I mean, I forgot what I was gonna say.
I mentioned.
You were like, I was like, I got the CD, and
I got the vinyl. I got the
you
vinyl.
right?
I love collecting records. I have like 100 records at my house, and I pre-ordered before the album came out because I knew I'd like it at the very least.
I'd probably buy the vinyl sometime later.
Yeah, but like the album cover is just, it's if you haven't seen it, it's just a blue record.
Yeah,
It just says Jesus King yellow Kanye West like 33 RPM, and it's so pleasant. And at first I was like, that's boring. It reminded me too much of Yeezus, but not as cool. But the more I look at it, the more I can't imagine a more perfect. Yeah, there it is.
It's just a blue vinyl.
A blue record, and I can't like that is the album. That is the album to me now, and that will always be like if it had just a picture. I remember there's a picture of like a drawing of Jesus. I thought was so cool.
I thought that would have been cool too. I wouldn't mind.
I don't feel like that fits the album.
Really.
I feel like the blue and yellow is just the pleasantness. Like that's the like it could have been like that, but it had to be blue and yellow. I feel like that shade of blue and that shade of yellow is the most perfect.
His merch, the same blue and like yellow.
I don't like the merch.
Expensive
And it's ugly.
It's basic. In my opinion, it's kind of basic.
It's just like bam, bam, bam.
Jesus King.
33 RPM. Kanye West, like it's boring, but that's.
I'm just assuming it's expensive because of the quality.
Yeah, it's 100% great quality. I'm sure the hat is cool.
The hat's
Expensive.
Cool. The hoodies,
Really,
170.
It's insane, man. I would spend 170.
Expensive, and then plus tax. Imagine with everything, like it'll come out to like almost like 180.
Imagine what the tickets are gonna be.
I just we got a pre-sale though. We gotta.
Yeah,
I bought
but that's a sweatshirt. Seeing the man live.
I'm down. I mean,
I'm down. Hopefully I have the money.
Where did he perform? Like when was the last time he
probably
performed?
it was probably Life of Pablo.
At the Forum, right?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I'm saying like he performed at the Forum not too long ago. Like I want to say yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Like I thought it was beautiful. Like the scenery.
I think that's what's gonna be playing on Jimmy Kimmel tonight.
He had grass everywhere. Yeah. Like you felt the vibe. Like I feel like that's his new thing now.
I cannot wait for the music videos to this album.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that wraps up everything. Jesus King, Kanye West. What'd you think about it? We both loved it. Both have different opinions on it, of course. God is biggest difference, I guess. Which again, I don't care.
We both agreed that.
My opinion. It's a good song.
Great tracks.
No bad songs. Great sound. Sticks to the sound. On God.
Use this gospel. Great.
Use this gospel.
They're great.
Favorites. I think we both agree that the most likely to like break out would have been Close on Sundays. That just seems like the most trendiest.
I can see it trending. Being on Planet first.
Yeah. But so yeah, that pretty much wraps up our first podcast, our annual birth of AA.
There's plenty of more to come.
Plenty of more. Every Friday afternoon.
Album reviews. We're gonna talk about like old albums that came out.
Yeah, I don't know what our next episode's gonna be about. Like, unless there's something big news wise. Kind of hope it's a debate.
We're also gonna talk about hip hop news, things that happen.
And more than hip hop, we're all down to talk about
anything. To be honest with you,
Tame Impala just announced.
I'm excited for that.
What a day!
Jesus King.
Tame Impala announced the album. I do some stuff that doesn't have any relevancy that you won't care about. That made today perfect.
2020.
Didn't know we were recording this.
Yeah.
Until an hour ago.
We're gonna write
our first episode.
We were gonna write an article about it.
Gonna write an article about it together.
But yeah, now we're here.
Yeah. So
that wraps it up.
Yep. I'm Andrew.
I'm Axel.
Peace be with you.
AA.
AA.